big decision. We'll give everyone a minute to log in here. We'll see how many people we get. I know everyone's probably middle of the workday, 11:30, but big decision. 9-0 at SCOTUS. Not only did we win, but it was a unanimous decision. I hope Freed's probably burying himself in the bottom of a bottle. Let me see. Oh, dude, Jeff, it's freaking great, bro. Yeah, so the United... this one's too serious, Dustin, for the Where's Waldo. I got other things, whatever. The United States Supreme Court issued their decision about, I don't know, maybe an hour ago, something like that. I got a text message from ABC News asking my thoughts on it. And I said, I don't even know what you're talking about. I haven't even seen it. So I went and found it. Saw that it was Justice Barrett wrote the opinion. It was 9-0, no dissenting opinions. The case has been, the decision out of the Sixth Circuit has been reversed and remanded back to the trial court. So now me and Mr. Ellison, me and Phil, the attorney that originally filed the case, we're going to trial on this now. We're going to go back in front of the trial court and we're going to go litigate this case now. So all that shit that Freed talked in all of his interviews and all of his stuff about how this is the best case ever and he's guarantees they're going to win and the Supreme Court is just, they only took it because they were going to affirm the Sixth Circuit, all bullshit. And I told him it was going to be bullshit. We all knew it was going to be bullshit. And now we're going to go have a trial on this. We're going to go have testimony and we're going to have some, look at the evidence. We're going to do all this. But, and the best part, there's so many best parts, but the best part is, as you know, there was a companion case with my case. It was me and some parents from out in California. Our cases were together. The best part about this is my case is the controlling case. This is now the Lindke doctrine has been established. This is going to be cited thousands upon thousands of times. This is huge, you guys. I mean, this is basically like a new law, a new regulation, whatever you want to put it, a new test, how this goes. In our case or my case is the controlling case. This is amazing. I want to, first off, to Alon Keatum over at Arnold and Porter and the whole team. I am forever grateful that you believed in this case and that you guys got us to the Supreme Court and you guys got us a victory and you got us, got our decision reversed and remanded. You guys are fucking rock stars. You knew this was a good case and you got us where we were trying to go. But this all started with Mr. Ellison and Phil. Phil is my guy. He is my guy. I have told everyone that's the dude. He knows what he's talking about. And him and I just talked and, now we're going to go to war now. Him and me, him and I. And, we were talking about when this case first started, Freed had blocked or had deleted my comments and blocked me. So I called Phil up or I texted him. I said, hey, James Freed, the city manager of Port Huron, has deleted my comments. He's blocked me from his Facebook page. What can I do? And Phil's response, it was a simple response. He said, you want to sue him? I said, yep. And that's what we did. And we lost at the trial court and we lost at the appellate courts. But, Alon came in and Alon got us up to, SCOTUS and to the United States Supreme Court or the Supreme Court of the United States. And they sided with us for the most part. This doesn't mean I won my case. This is they just vacated the Sixth Circuit's opinion and they remanded it back to the trial court. This is huge. This is history, literally history. I'm pumped. What a great belated birthday present, this is. The only thing that would be better is if you know, Tomlinson got off my case and I could get Oakley back. But, you know, that's a whole nother fight that I'm having that you guys all know. But, yeah, 9-0 decision from the United States Supreme Court. You can look it up, Lindke v. Freed. And yeah, now the real fight begins, because now we're going to go, you know, we're going to go have a trial on this. And Freed, and we're going to bring all the people Freed's blocked. They're going to testify. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. And Freed, I hope Freed is just beside himself. You know, he was so arrogant and so cocky in every interview he did. And he trashed me in every interview. Oh, I'm creepy, I'm weird, I'm a stalker, I'm a felon, I'm this, I'm that, I'm whatever. Well, guess what, asshole? You're a loser. I may be all those things, but we just kicked your ass at the highest court in the land on something that you thought you had in the bag. But that's just your arrogance. Dustin, I have no idea what the timetable will be. It's probably going to be a minute. There's things. I think Discovery is going to reopen to some capacity, and some other things are going to go on with that. But, yeah, we win. And everyone, you know, this isn't just about me winning. This is about every person that Freed has blocked over the years. And there's a lot of you out there. There's so many of you out there that have reached out to me. And Freed's now going to see you can't do what you did. We told you can't do it, and you can't do it. See, you take it out of their sandbox, you know, because you keep it in Port Huron. They control Port Huron. But you take things out of their sandbox and you put it into someone else's sandbox where someone else is calling the shots, things don't go the way they want them to go then. You know, there's no wink, wink, nod, nod when you're at the United States Supreme Court. You know, this isn't Port Huron, Michigan. This isn't, you know, shitbag judges on the bench like Tomlinson and West and Platzer or Lane. You know, these are real judges. Yeah, oh, it's going to be everywhere, Bert, for sure. This is, I mean, we literally just made history. Yeah, you sure can. I mean, I guess you probably can. Whoever said you can't buy out the Supreme Court judges, rich people can, but, you know, uber wealthy people might be able to. But yeah, this is big. You know, with everything that's been going on, and you know, I've been taking some hits lately to get this one. This is big. This is you know, amazing, and for it to happen when it has is even more amazing. I'm just yeah, all kinds of articles are going to come out about this. It's going to be everywhere. This is a big deal. And it's not even just about the First Amendment. This is going to have a lot to do with state action. What is state action and what isn't state action? And yeah, I mean, this is fucking amazing. I never doubted this. I will tell you that in everyone that we talked to, you know, I was in all the interviews I did and all the media stuff I did, you know, the win was just getting it there. The win was just getting it to the United States Supreme Court. That was the win, no matter how this went. But to have them come down with a 9-0 decision and to reverse and remand, it's just, I never doubted this. And the people, you know, the attorneys never doubted this. And the people around me never doubted this. We knew what we had. It's just, oh man. This is once in a lifetime. This is less than once in a lifetime. Unless Port Huron keeps messing around, we may end up back in front of SCOTUS again. And who else wins at the United States Supreme Court while being a fugitive from justice for contempt of court and for disturbing the peace? Oh yeah, it's everywhere. It's posted on X. Oh, this is everywhere. Oh yeah, it's all over the place. And Barrett has the opinion for the unanimous court, setting forth a fairly narrow standard for when speech is attributable to the state. Oh yeah, it's all over the place. This is great. Oh man. Yep, the Daily Caller. Here's the Daily News. Here's USA Today. This is awesome. You know, this is what happens when you fight back. We don't have to take what they're doing to us, you know, and this is just about locally. You know, you can, there's options available. You just have to be willing to stick it out, and you got to be willing to take some of the blowback, you know, because there's a lot of blowback. I mean, I deal with stuff all day, every day, and you guys get to watch it play out in real time, you know, the kind of stuff I have to deal with and the stuff I go through and the things that I create for myself through my activities. So, but at 9-0, Times Herald, they'll have something on this for sure. They're going to write about it. But yeah, this is just great. This is the statement I gave, because I got a call from ABC News, or a text. And I was like, I haven't even read it yet. I don't even know what you're talking about. And they're like, yeah, it just came out. They got it to me before my attorneys did. But here's the statement I gave to ABC News. It said, after reading today's decision, I am ecstatic that the justices recognize the clear issues in this case and reached a decision that will further protect the First Amendment rights of not only the general public, but also the 22 million public sector employees in our country. A 9-0 decision is very decisive and is a clear indicator that public officials cannot hide behind personal social media accounts when discussing official business. I am forever grateful for my attorney, Alon Keatum, and everyone at Arnold & Porter who believed in this case. More importantly, I want to recognize my personal attorney, Philip Ellison, at Outside Legal Counsel, for being the one who stood up for me when Mr. Freed trampled my constitutional right to free speech. I look forward to watching Mr. Ellison in trial when we are back in front of the trial court on remand. All of my attorneys love the line, enter Kevin Lindke. This is great. Hang on, I realized I had a... Hang on a second. Give me 1 second. Hang on. But yeah, yeah, put this on the front page of the Times Herald. Even when I'm not there and I'm gone and I'm on the run, or whatever they want to say, still making the front page. Still staying right in the spotlight and still keeping the spotlight directly on the city and on the county and on our bullshit public officials. There's a lot of other things I want to talk about too. As you guys know, there's the whole thing going on with the pub crawl and the roach tomorrow. I don't know for sure that they're going to be open. I just know that there's been a lot of activity there and a lot of things going on there. There was new cameras installed. Someone told me that they had the doors open yesterday, that they were cleaning the inside, and that they were moving beer inside. So, I mean, by all indicators, it seems they're trying to open. I know some people that have been speaking with the owner, and he's been very evasive and he won't just come out and say, I'm not opening. So, by all the indicators, it seems that they're going to be opening tomorrow and open for pub crawl. But we're going to do some things, and we got some things that we're going to try to do to counter that and at least keep the spotlight on it. There was some stuff with Casey's trial that just got pushed too. There's a whole lot going on locally, and I really do wish that I could be home to, you know, just keep doing what I do and being there. But as many of you know, current circumstances just don't allow that. So, you know, but I may not be there physically, but, you know, they can't silence me. So, you know, and we're going to keep the spotlight right on these issues and stuff. But yeah, today's a good day. Today is, this is an amazing decision. And this is the outcome that we were confident we were going to get. And now we at least get to go have a trial, and we get to go litigate this, and we get to talk about things. Maybe I don't win at trial. You know, there's that possibility, and that's fine. But we now have a test in place and have the framework in place about what public officials can do and what they can't do with their social media activities when it comes to talking about official business. And yeah, it will now be the Lindke Test or the Lindke Doctrine. And, you know, so it's just super cool. it really is. This is one of those things that you never even think you could be a part of in life. And, but here we are. And, with everything that I do is as much as I use social media in the way that I use social media and how I utilize it to be a part of this and get to the United States Supreme Court and get to help, you know, be the catalyst for some a test or some laws or some framework or whatever it is to come in on what they can do. It just makes it all worth it. It literally just makes it all worth it. It makes the fight worth it. So, you know, yeah, I hope Freed. Yeah, because here's the thing: if we win at trial, the city's paying attorney's fees. You know, not only we get to win, they're going to pay all my attorney's fees. So, you know, Fred, yeah, they were, but I think now that trial date's being pushed for Casey again. There's some things going on. I talked to some people this morning about it. It's a slow process. You know, we're coming up. You know, it'll be almost a year by the time I think the trial goes. You know, so you know, but we're still out here. You know, we need justice for Casey. We need justice for Josh. You know, that's what needs to happen in this. You know, because the tragic nature of what happened to them, it needs the people that are responsible for it need to be held accountable, and they will be. I have faith. You know, I can only imagine what the families are going through and how hard this is on them. You know, I understand it to some level. I mean, obviously my daughter is still alive. But there's, you know, on some level I can understand what they're going through to lose a child and to not, you know, be able to hear that child's voice or talk to that child or hold that child or be around that child. So, you know, I can feel their pain on some level. You know, and I'm going to do everything I can to, you know, I can only do what I can do, but I can stay very vocal and very loud about the situations, and I can keep, you know, the intensity of the spotlight on the people responsible, and that's what I can do, and that's what I'm going to do. That's what I've been doing. It's what I'm going to continue to do until we see some people behind bars and whatnot. And as for the Roach and all them, there's going to be a time when I'm going to be able to come back to Michigan. And I'm telling you right now, Steve Amy, the other owner, whatever the hell his name is, the bouncers, anybody that works at that bar, if they open tomorrow, I'm telling you, I'm on your ass. I'm going to be on your ass, and I'm going to make your life miserable. And I'm really good at it. Just ask Kelly Lozano and James Freed and frickin' Melinda Johnson and all these people that we've exposed and highlighted and been able to, you know, hold accountable. So, you know, buckle up. Yeah, this is amazing. And it couldn't have come at a better time. Let's see what else we got. And see, and they don't tell us. They you know, we had no warning this was coming out. They didn't even tell the lawyers. They just issue the opinion. That's so Supreme Court. This is CBS News. Supreme Court lays out new tests for determining when public officials can be sued for blocking users on social media. The Supreme Court on Friday clarified when a public official who blocks a constituent on social media may be sued for doing so. It sent a pair of disputes over whether local officials cross the constitutional line when they block users for comments. In a unanimous opinion written by Justice Amy Coney Barrett in the first case, which involved a city manager report hearing, the trial court laid out a two-pronged test for determining when a public official's speech on social media is attributable to the government and can therefore lead to litigation. Under the new standard, an official is deemed a state actor online only if that official had actual authority to speak on the government's behalf and purported to exercise that authority when speaking on social media. Social media users may then sue public officials for blocking them if those conditions are met, subjecting the government employees to First Amendment scrutiny. This is great. This is great. The court said the standard that it laid out in its opinion differs from those applied by lower courts in the two cases, and it sent the disputes back for additional proceedings consistent with its decision. The justices heard arguments in both cases, known as Lindke v. Freed and O'Connor-Ratcliffe versus Garnier, in October, during which they tackled questions, blah, blah, blah. A separate opinion in the second case, O'Connor-Ratcliffe versus Garnier, was unsigned, and there were no noted dissents. So that's the thing. My case is the controlling case. We did this. The first case, involving Port Huron City Manager James Freed, stemmed from comments resident Kevin Lindke posted to Freed's Facebook page. Yeah, this is great. There's going to be all kinds of media about this for the next week or so. But yeah. And everybody, all the people that did depositions in this case during discovery, you guys are probably going to be witnesses now, and you're going to come testify about how Freed blocked you and deleted your comments. And now Freed's going to be held accountable. And now all the lies that Tori Ferris told to the Supreme Court and in her oral arguments, we're going to confront all of them. And now it's going to be in transcripts and in a courtroom about how you tried to mislead the United States Supreme Court and the lies you put out there. And you're going to be taken to task on those, and you're going to be embarrassed. And this is why Fletcher's firm put Tori up there, because see, Fletcher and Todd and Al and all the partners, they didn't want to be the losing attorney on this. Tori was their sacrificial lamb. I promise you that. They will never admit that, but that's why they did it. They put her up there because they knew it was a loser of a case, and they didn't want to be the attorneys to lose the case and have their names tied to it. They did it to Tori, the unicorn. So put that on the front page of the Detroit News in another fluff piece. Matthew Mason, thank you, Sharon. That's a whole nother one. There's some things about Matthew that are coming out and some other things. There's so many bad things, you guys. The city and the county are you know, it's bad there. You know? And I'm doing what I can to highlight the bad things and with the hope of you know, trying to correct them and trying to make it that there's no other families like Matthew Mason's family and like Josh Conan's family and like Casey Curitan's family, that they have to go through this, and all the other families. I know there's other families out there that have lost loved ones under, you know, very tragic circumstances, and the people that did it, you know, weren't fully held accountable. You know, we got the whole thing, with Temujin. I mean, my man's been sitting in prison for 37 years for a crime that there's no way he could have committed. You know, it's just, you know, some people are like, oh, you're just so negative and you never want to talk about any positive stuff and blah, blah, blah. Someone else can talk about the positive shit. I highlight some positive stuff, but everybody stays away from the negative stuff. And that's why the negative stuff just is becoming worse and worse and worse, because people are afraid to talk about it. I'm not. You know, do I want to spend my life and my time and my days talking about all the negativity of the place I live? No, fuck no. I'd rather be being a dad. I'd rather be spending all this time with my daughter. But that's just not the way it is. That's not, you know, my circumstances don't allow that right now. You know, and I'm not focusing on the negative because I'm a negative person. I'm focusing on the negative because somebody has to, because we have to correct the negative. We need to have more positive things happening locally and in our communities. And we need better people in leading our communities. And we need these people that are good public officials to stop being silent about the bad public officials, because you're just making it worse. You know, this is an election year in our county and in the cities. We could change a lot. Right now, all the commissioners are up for re-election. 4 city council members in Port Huron are up for re-election. The mayor's up for re-election. We could completely change the landscape of Port Huron and St. Clair County with public officials and put some good people in place. The sheriff is up. Matt King's up for re-election. Let's get rid of him. Let's get rid of Rep. And let's get rid of Archibald and Moserac and Pemberton. Let's get rid of Bohm. Let's get rid of whoever else we need to get rid of. There's some other people. But this is your chance. And you can't do it without voting. We have to vote. We just do. And I know it sounds cliche and all this, you know, vote. It fucking matters. It just does. Wendling. Yes, Paula. Wendling. It's time to, you know, all the Trump people are all, real big about this, drain the swamp. Well, we have the opportunity right now to drain the swamp locally. So apply that energy that you have for the presidential election to what's going on here in our own communities. Or it's just going to continue to just decline. Yeah, this is great. Oh, I hope Freed's having a bad day. Got him. Yeah, this was a good fight, and we got him. Like, we freaking got him. So, and this just further protects, our First Amendment rights. It's one of the, free speech is one of the bedrocks of this country. And we just strengthened it, and we just, shored it up some more. So, yeah, I'm pumped. It's my life is a freaking roller coaster of emotions, ebb and flow. You know what I mean? But today's a high. As much as there's other stuff going on that I'm, are low. Today's a good day for right now. And I'm just glad to get this win. We all have rights, and you got to fight for those rights sometime. And you're gonna get your ass kicked. Like I said, we lost at the trial level, we lost at the appellate level, but we won where it mattered. And now we're gonna get to go. Fully litigate this case. And I got an excuse to buy a new suit. So Brooks Brothers, here I come. I may have to probably turn myself in now at some point. Because of all of this, there's some things that Todd Schaudi's trying to do with all my federal cases. Because I'm on the run and I'm a fugitive from contempt of court and disturbing the peace. He's trying to get all my federal cases thrown out through this thing called the fugitive disentitlement or disentanglement doctrine. And we don't think it's going to fly, but I may have to just come back and go sit down and do this bullshit. Unlawful jail time that I may have to do. So it is what it is. I'll sit there every day with a smile on my face, know that I just kicked your ass at the United States Supreme Court. So it's whatever. But yeah, so yeah, go Google it. Lindke v. Freed. You can go read all the articles and see what's going on, and this is super cool. Like, we did it. And we're gonna go to the trial court, and we're gonna do our thing there, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. So, but I will talk to you guys soon. Landmark, we'll talk some more about Landmark next week. I believe there's more charges coming with Landmark. I've had some parents reach out to me that their children, maybe or are victims of Robert Kessler, of Bob Kessler. Nothing on Tomlinson yet, Janet. But yeah, the more victims are coming forward. More victims are coming forward at Landmark, and I think we're going to see additional charges, and we're going to hopefully see his bond be revoked and a new bond, a higher bond put in place. That's the right thing to do. And then Landmark, we're going to give Landmark some attention. I think there's a lot of problems at Landmark. I think there's been a lot of long-standing problems at Landmark with some of the, upper administration and whoever owns Landmark and stuff like that. But we're gonna do some digging. There's a lot of parents out there. They've started a page, something about the cover-up at Landmark, and they're doing a lot of digging. So they're motivated, and they're uncovering all kinds of things. So we're gonna give it everything that needs attention or deserves attention. We're gonna give it the attention. We're gonna give it that attention and whatnot, and do our thing. So there's no slowing down here. It's all gas, no brakes. You know, and hopefully this stuff comes back and I can get Tomlinson out of my way and I can just get back to Oakley and, you know, because that's what this is all about. You know, I can battle with Freed and Matt King and Tomlinson and all of them, but, you know, I just want back to my daughter. That's it. That's all I really care about. You know, the rest of this is just part and parcel of that fight. You know, for me, I fully believe that all the people I go after, they all play a part just in this culture of corruption that's been created here. And the only way, you can't just cut the head off, you know, the snake. You gotta chop up the body too. You know what I mean? And all that. So, and whatever. So, that's what we're gonna keep doing. I'm very fortunate that I have, you know, very fortunate that I have, you know, all of you and have the family and the friends and all, and the attorneys and all the support, around me that I do, so I can do this, because, you know, I couldn't just be out like on an island of myself doing this. It would be overwhelming. It would be overbearing. It would be tough. But, you know, to know that there's so many people that believe in what I'm doing and what we're doing, you know, that's the motivation that allows us to keep going and to keep doing this and to, you know, make the sacrifices that we have to make to do what we do and to do what I do, you know. It's not always easy, but it's definitely worth it. You know, if it gets me back to my daughter, then it's worth it. You know, so, and I have faith that'll happen. I think we're hopefully getting closer every day, even though it doesn't feel like it some days. Some days it feels like I'm as far away as I've ever been from where I'm trying to get to, but, you know, just keep plugging along, you know, because I've shown if you have perseverance and you have resilience and you have the fortitude, you can get where you're trying to go, and there's nobody that can stand in your way. You know, they can put up obstacles and roadblocks and do some things to kind of deflect from where you're trying to get, but if you just stick to it, nobody can stop you, you know. So that's where we're at. But I will talk to you guys soon. As always, love you guys. Appreciate all the support. And yeah, go Google Lindke v. Freed. This is great. Fuck you, James.